There. There we go. Three, two, and one. Well, Mayor Wiza, welcome back. Welcome back to Mayor's Monday, WSAU, WSAU.com. I understand I'm catching you just before vacation again. Is that right?
Yeah, well, my wife and I are taking a few days off. If I don't, sometimes I wake up with a pillow over my head, and she
Yeah.
claims that I was just snoring loudly, but you never
Right.
know.
Right.
No,
Exactly. You
happy
never
wife,
know.
happy life. I love the woman to death,
Hmm.
and she puts up with way more than she needs to. She could have married anybody else and not had half the stress, right? So
Of
when she
course.
wants to go somewhere, we'll go somewhere. So we're taking a few days off. Nothing spectacular, just
Hmm.
short 3 day trip, and we'll see where that takes us. But you're getting a new perspective because my normal webcam,
Hmm.
something's not working, and we didn't have time to figure it out. So you get a different perspective of the mayor's office. You got a
The
different yeah, into that.
those books behind you. Which
Right.
one's your favorite?
So the one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish is one
Okay.
of my favorite. No, talks about diversity in the city budgets, and how
Hmm.
you shouldn't put all your fish in one bowl. No, I'm just making stuff up here. But Dr. Seuss can teach us a lot as adults. When you're a kid, Dr. Seuss is a fun read,
Of
but as
course.
an adult, when you're reading Dr. Seuss, you can become a better person.
Hmm.
So I'm going to encourage everybody to get out there and read some books. The favorite Dr. Seuss is the Sneetches.
Don't
That's
think I
that is
remember that one.
well, it's the star-bellied Sneetches, and then there are other Sneetches that don't have stars upon theirs.
Hmm.
And the star-bellied Sneetches think they're better than everyone else because they have stars. But then a guy comes to town, and for $3, he can put a star on your belly. So he puts a star on the non-star-bellied Sneetches, but then the star-bellied Sneetches, they're upset because, well, now they think they're as good as us. So the guy
Hmm.
charges them $3 and he removes the stars from them. And it goes on in this vicious cycle. And the guy keeps
Uh-huh.
taking money to put stars and less stars, more
Right.
stars, take stars off, put stars on. And in the end, when they're out of money, the guy just packs up and leaves. And the Sneetches, some of them have stars, some of them don't, some of them have two or three stars, but they realize that they're all Sneetches.
Hmm.
And this guy took every dime they had and scammed them out of all that to make them think that one was better than the other. And they're really not. And that's where it comes down to our humanity, right,
Right.
Michael? I mean,
Absolutely.
you think you're better than me, but you're really not. The,
You don't have a
I
soccer
don't
jersey.
I don't have a soccer jersey. Uh,
But for the low, low price of $90, I can sell you one.
really?
I don't know if it'll fit,
I tell you what, we'll
but
take that $90 and we'll go get star tattoos on our bellies. You come to
that's,
town. You're coming into
yeah,
town for the university or something, right? Pretty soon.
I hope so. Yeah.
Let's do that. Talk to Doug, see if he'll do it.
Sure.
We'll all get matching star belly sneech tattoos on our stomachs. My star will be much bigger than yours, of course, because I have more canvas to work on. But we digress a little bit, right? I don't know how we can even get work done, Michael.
but again, you're absolutely right. There's so much you can learn from those books these days, uh, no matter who you are. And the library, of course, is the place you go to find all those books. And I know you're going to be doing some work on the library
Yeah,
building here
yeah.
pretty soon. I mean, it's not like the most interesting work in the history of municipal jobs, but it's still
The
pretty
interest,
important.
the interesting thing is we go to the library to watch YouTube videos on how to fix the library. No, so in Portage County, I don't know how it is up in Marathon County, but in Portage County, the Portage County Library has branches, the biggest one, of course, being Stevens Point, but they don't own their buildings. So the city of Stevens Point actually owns the building that the library is in, housed exclusively for the Portage County Library. Well, it's an older building. When they vacated the Charles White Memorial Library, which was decades ago, they moved downtown in that area, and being an older building, it requires maintenance. There are things that happen over time, and rust, deterioration. We are in the process right now of doing some other preventative maintenance and repairs to the library building. So we just approved a request for proposals um, to do some structural repairs to the library, but more importantly, the downtown business improvement district There's a walkway tunnel. It's not really a tunnel. It's an enclosed or covered walkway from Main Street to the back side of the library.
Mhm.
And it's been pretty underutilized for decades. They had a mural there, but they're looking at revitalizing it, kind of re-energizing it. So they're putting some additional lighting in to brighten it up. They're redoing the mural. They may or may not be putting in an artistic light pole right in front of the library.
Ooh,
I don't know what the light pole might be doing in front of the library, um, but
I got an idea,
stay tuned
but
for more on that.
yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those pieces where it's going to help make downtown that much more inviting.
Hmm.
The libraries over the years, their core mission, I think, has remained the same, but the way people access the resources of the library is a little bit different. No longer do you have to go to the card catalog and look up the Dewey Decimal number of the book. They got videos. I found out you can rent and play video games there.
Oh yeah.
Movies. They have activities for youth, older people, adults. It is more than just a book place these days. So if you haven't been in a while, wherever your community is, make some time and go visit the library and see what's changed since you were last there. I think you'll be quite surprised.
And I know that having an outdoor downtown lively activated space is something that the city of Stevens Point has always, taken great pride in. That's what you do down there. You mentioned artistic lights. You guys
Yeah.
have 5 or 6 of those now, or is
We're
it
up to
six or
7 with 2 more on deck.
7
Yeah,
of them?
6, 7. All right.
Exactly. Come on, that's still a thing, right?
It still is a thing. So is
Uh,
dabbing. Yeah.
yeah, you've got those places all over downtown, whether it's Creative Commons, whether
Yeah.
it's the kind of the central area there of Main Street, and so having a spot like that that's underutilized, I know is probably something that you
Yeah.
want to take care of right away.
Absolutely. We try and put the creativity as much as we can wherever we can. This is probably a good time. I haven't actually done the press release yet, so this is a scoop for you, Michael.
Mhm.
A couple years ago, we got some garbage trucks and we decided to put art on our garbage trucks and recycling trucks. So we did a call for artists. There's no compensation, but you get to see your art go by for a couple of years. We want to have like a conservation or a recycling theme, something to do with, conservation in the outdoors. We just got some new trucks in. So we have blank canvases on some new garbage trucks. So if any of your listeners are out there and they want to get involved, just submit a design. No advertising, nothing political. We want to,
Mhm.
because it's recycling and conservation related, we'd like to have those themes kind of highlighted. But yeah, you can submit those to my office. And in the very near future, we'll pull some and we'll get them blown up to 4 feet by 8 feet and put them on the side of those brand new trucks, and you'll be able to see your art go by for the next couple of years.
Hmm. And that's just for artists and those in the city of Stevens Point, correct?
Well, no, not necessarily. They will be on City of Stevens Point garbage trucks.
Hmm.
But if we'd prefer to have local, but if somebody from Wausau or Cronenwetter or well, probably not Rothschild.
Eh,
Um, I'm kidding. Anyone in central Wisconsin wants to
sure.
submit, we'd love to take a look at it.
Absolutely. One more thing before we let you go, because it's obviously what everybody in Stevens Point is talking about. And by talking about, I mean complaining about and dealing with.
Yeah,
And that is the construction on Division Street. What do you want people to know about the phase of the project that we're in now? And especially because we're coming up to it here. We're about 3.5, 4 weeks away
yeah.
from say a population of the city going up by about
10 grand.
2,400.
Oh, it's gonna
Uh,
go up more than that.
a little more than that. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll say maybe 3,400 people.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the enrollment
What do
is
you want
somewhere in
them
the
to
9 to
know
10,000, but
as they get ready to move back onto campus there at UWSP?
yeah. So, earlier this spring, Michael, we talked about all the concerns in regards to potholes and the general condition of some of our roads. Well, as the weather warms up, the orange barrels come out. We are
Mhm.
currently in excess. We have a bumper crop of orange barrels this year.
Yes.
And we've got construction going on almost every major road in the city in some form. It's challenging to navigate. We were just talking about that for lunch. Just to get over to the police fundraiser over at Culver's today. Well, last week, I guess it was. We were
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to get around town and navigate. So North Division has a closure from 4th Avenue south to about Briggs. The southern section of Business 51 is closed from the southern city limits up to about Save-A-Lot area, a little further south of that, affecting a lot of businesses. The Michigan Avenue underpass is still closed, and 4th Avenue between Isidore and Reserve is closed, along with all of the other patching, crack filling, and chip sealing projects we're doing. So, in an attempt to make things a little bit easier for our citizens, if you go to stevenspoint.com/construction, we're doing weekly updates so you can figure out how you're going to get to your doctor's appointment or whatever it happens to be. And then for the UWSP students and their parents that are coming in here in just a couple of weeks, we're working with the university right now to try and make move-in day as smooth as possible, looking at some temporary one-ways to make sure traffic flows. We'll do something similar to what I think we did with the USGA Men's Open. We'll have
Sure.
signs on the highway that says UWSP students take this exit. And when you take that exit, you'll have signs navigating you around the construction so you can get to your dorm or your frat house or whatever it happens to be in the least impactful way, right? There's going to be
Mhm.
confusion. There's confusion for people that live here, more so than usual. But if you really want to know, you can go to stevenspoint.com/construction. That's updated weekly. Now, Mother Nature plays a role. Obviously, if we get storms like they had in
Mhm.
Menasha and Appleton last week, things will change. And of course, our hearts go out to those people in the Fox Valley. That was a pretty harsh hit
Yeah, that's
to
that's
happen
real.
during 100-degree weather and be without power.
Hmm.
I understand there's probably still some people without power, so it's going to be a big cleanup area there. Thankfully, we didn't get hit there, but we want to make sure that people take extra time to get where they're going, navigate. We've got signs up everywhere. Sometimes it's a sign overkill, but follow the detours, and pay extra attention because you will have drivers there that are going to stop or turn suddenly, or maybe they realize they're going in the wrong direction. You might see people
Hmm.
making a Y turn in the city, which is legal. But yeah, you just give a little extra patience. And one other thing I'll mention before we go, because it's travel related or construction
Hmm.
related, city street related, e-bikes, e-motos, and electric forms of
Oh
transportation.
yeah.
The city will be looking at introducing an ordinance for discussion regarding those at our August round of meetings. So I know it's a weird topic, and there's so many different definitions for those electronic modes of transportation. You've got three different classes of e-bikes, then there's e-motos, the single wheels, the hoverboards, the electric scooters, all these things. We just want to make sure that our roads and sidewalks are safe and accessible to everyone.
Hmm.
So keep an eye out for that in August.
Yeah. Again, you're talking to somebody who used to be a bike commuter when I lived
Hey,
in
you want to say hi
Minnesota.
to Amy?
Oh, hi, Amy. I used to be a bike commuter. When I lived in Minnesota, I rode my bike to work.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
you had to
uh,
pedal it, didn't you?
yeah, I had to pedal it. Yes, indeed. It
Yeah.
was entirely human powered. The bikes that they have today are a whole lot different. And again, it is tough to know what is an e-bike, what is street legal,
Yeah.
what is sidewalk legal, what isn't, because there have been times where I have been driving to and from my house
Uh-huh.
and I have seen people, on these devices up on the road ahead and they're weaving in and out of traffic. So you think to yourself, okay, slow down, be extra aware because I don't know what these people are going to do or if they even are paying attention enough to see me
Right.
coming. So I have to be the one ready to react. And it's pretty difficult sometimes, to know what's right in that situation.
Yeah, we wouldn't need to be considering all these ordinances and things if people would all just remember to be
Mhm.
respectful, be safe, and courteous when you're on the roadway or the sidewalk or anything. Just be nice to each other.
Yes, indeed. And again, know the rules of the road. And yeah, we'll maybe be looking forward in the future to you breaking down just exactly what those definitions are in the city of Stevens Point, because I know in Wausau, it's if there are pedals involved and if there aren't, that is one of the biggest
Okay,
factors between what is an
interesting.
e-bike and what is a e-moto.
Sure. Well, that works great. But what about the scooters? Those
Ooh,
little electric scooters, because
yeah,
they're
the
not
little
pedals.
electric scooters.
So what we were talking about, one of the best definitions I've heard, and it's not foolproof by any means,
Hmm.
but it is kind of a distinguishing feature, is whether or not your device has a throttle.
Okay.
If it has a throttle, it
Hmm.
should be used like a street vehicle.
Okay.
If it doesn't have a throttle, it should be used like a bicycle type vehicle,
Okay.
and more so on the sidewalks or the bike lanes.
Hmm.
But for God's sake, be careful because some of these things they go 30 miles an hour, and if you're zipping by on a
Hmm.
sidewalk, you could bump somebody. It's a whole lot different than on a pedal bike.
No kidding. No kidding.
Uh,
Yes. Well, we look forward to chatting again down the road, Mayor Wiza.
all right,
And again, all the best. Travel safely, vacation safely,
mahalo.
and repeat after me. Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. That's exactly right. That was my mantra. There wasn't I do at the wedding. It was yes, dear.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to chatting again next month.
See you, Michael.